Hi, guys, welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. And today I have a very interesting guest where he will be sharing about his success story of getting another visa category in the UK, which is called Global Talent Visa. So, not too many people know that there are many visa categories in the UK. Mainly, students focus on skilled worker visa, but there are visa categories like Global Talent Visa, Innovator Founder Visa. So, we're going to touch upon Nagendra's story, how he succeeded in getting Global Talent Visa, so that you guys get inspired. Now, remember, these visa categories offer many flexibilities, like you can work for permanent jobs, you can work for contracting jobs, and also you can start your own business. However, there are 2 or 3 routes within this visa where you don't require a job offer. He applied through a third route where a job offer was given to him so that he got all the documents and support from the HR. So let's learn more about Global Talent Visa and get yourself inspired so that you can also give a try if you think you're eligible. So without any further delay, let's get started with today's video by introducing Nagendra to you guys. Hi Nagendra, welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. And if you don't mind, can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Hi Sarika, my name is Nagendra and I'm a project manager. I help businesses and organizations deliver projects that create value to the stakeholders and also business, mainly focusing on digital transformations and innovations and working around agile and scrum kind of project management methodologies. So in a nutshell, that is what I am today at this point, but I had to work through a lot of steps to reach that title. And yeah, I moved to the UK in 2021 to do my master's, which is the program name is actually Executive MBA because I had like few years back experience back in India, so which allowed me to choose that program. And also main reason for choosing that is we had a project like a consultancy project. I thought that will add a lot of value on the resume
Okay.
while making connections around. So that was the reason why I came to the UK and chose that course. And the university was University of Greenwich, London.
Okay.
So yeah, first 6 months was all good, jolly. You know how it is when you come to a new country. You try to get to know everything, make friends, start from the scratch.
Yeah.
And yeah, once I got going and started uni, finished my course, then I started doing different contract roles, mainly to get my experience in the UK market.
Yeah.
And I started with like basic roles like junior project manager, and then again did a 3 to 6 month contract like at different companies. Whichever opportunity was there, I was just going for it because all end of the day my goal was to just make use of the PSW, the two
Yeah.
years. Only then we can do something else later on.
Yeah. Correct.
And yeah, after working for 2 years almost doing different contracts, and last 3 4 months I finished my contract and I wasn't doing anything, so that gave me some time to plan my next steps and actually try to crack a role which sponsors my visa. And so it all happened in the end by God's grace. And at the moment, I'm working for Newcastle University.
Okay, just wanted to summarize it for my audience. So Nagendra didn't get a skilled worker visa, he got a global talent visa. And so we'll be talking about global talent visa. It is one of the visa where you don't require a job offer or sponsorship. It is all based on whether you're a leader or potential leader in your field. So we'll do a deep dive. So Nagendra, first of all, congratulations that you had got a global talent visa. And first of all, I want to ask, not too many students, when they come here, they know about it. They all target skilled worker visa. So first of all, when did you hear about global talent visa and why do you think you were eligible and why did you start targeting?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Sarika. Um, to be honest, I never knew that such kind of visa existed. And when I wrote on my vision board, I always wrote like a skilled worker visa, but never even thought of something like global talent or didn't know or never heard. And when I cracked my interview at Newcastle University, that's when HR approached me with saying that this role is eligible for sponsorship, and also not just skilled worker. They also gave me option for global talent visa. So that was the first time I heard, and I had no clue. So I had to do my research and get on Chat GPT or internet wherever we can get all the information. So that was the first time I actually heard about it. And why I chose between those two options is because I think global talent visa gives you more flexibility. You don't need to stick to a specific employer, and there's no link between you and one single employer. So you can basically change your jobs without even informing home office. You can work full time, part time, start your business, be a freelancer. So these are all the main potential benefits you get along with global talent visa.
Okay, so for my audience, Nagendra did not watch my video, so he did not know about Global Talent Visa. But since you guys are watching the video, you should know enough about Global Talent Visa. And today, Nagendra's story, success story, will also help you guys. Okay, so first of all, when you were informed that you were eligible for Global Talent Visa, what made you eligible? Why did they say you were eligible? So, can you throw some light on it?
Yeah, yep. So to add more information to that, um, basically the project I'm working right now is like is which it falls under research project, and it was funded by government body, which is like European Union, which is one, and also from the UK, mainly it's UKRI, UK Research and Innovation. And if your project is under such a grant and falls under innovation and research, then once the employer hires somebody, they'll be automatically eligible under that project because it's already on the grant, um, and it's being done by the government. So that's the main point. And to clarify more, there are different routes in global talent visa, like three or four, but mine falls under route three, which is also called like a fast track option. And all you need is like two documents which your HR will give you. One is a statement of guarantee, which says what project you're working, what's the duration, which has to be at least 2 years. And there's no minimum requirement of salary, but ideally it should be around 30,000, just 30,000, not like skilled worker visa limit. That is also one area everybody should be aware of. And so yeah, statement of guarantee, and there was one other document called grant award, which speaks more about grant and different bodies involved in that partnership. So these two documents were given by HR to me, and I had to use these two documents basically to apply for stage one. There are two stages of the application process. Stage one is called is basically where you apply for an endorsement letter from UKRI. UKRI will basically check with your HR and all the documents they have provided if it's genuine grant and genuine role. And once they give you approval, they'll send you a endorsement letter, which is not a hard copy, but you'll receive it via mail. And using that, we have to use for our stage two. Just take that mail, and along with other documents, stage two is basically like like how we do the visa with lot of steps, and give all the input and upload our documents. And I also had to give my biometrics again here in Newcastle, where I'm living now. And yeah, basically to sum up, I had to make use of those two documents mainly because my visa was under Route 3. If it was different routes, I think there are different procedures like exceptional talent and exceptional promise, where you have to get a lot of recommendations, which is totally different process. But however, this is a bit more streamlined.
How many routes are there? Let's start with that.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure if it's three or four, but I think at least there are three routes for it.
Mhm.
And my uh, route three falls under fast track option, basically, as I mentioned earlier. And the
What does
eligibility
it
is simple.
mean? What does it mean, fast track? Fast track means getting ILR in 3 years or 5 years, or fast track in terms of application, or fast track what? Can you explain that?
Yeah, sure, Sarika. Basically, fast track means more than one thing here. The entire application for process is also fast tracked because we don't need many recommendation letters from outside. All you need is the couple documents which I said earlier from your own employer. And coming to the duration of ILR, there are again two options. Some people might be eligible for 3 years and some are eligible for 5 years. However, my project falls under healthcare and research. So I'm sure I've checked and I'm luckily eligible for 3 years by God's grace.
Okay. So if someone is not employed at the moment, then they cannot apply for this route, right? Because they won't be getting those documents from HR like you got.
No, no, I don't think so. All it matters is how well we do in the interview, because once the interview is done and you are selected, then automatically HR will approach you and provide the documents that you have cleared the interview according to their procedures, and they will nominate you along with grant letters, the minimum salary, and saying that the project duration is more than 2 years. So basically, all you need to do is clear your interview and don't worry about anything.
Sorry, I don't mean that. What I meant was, so say today, I think I'm eligible for global talent visa based on whatever I read on the government portal. However, I don't have a job now. Like you said, you had
Mhm.
finished your job, contract job, you're looking for your next job. But say I don't have a job now when I read about global talent visa, I start applying for it. So I don't have anyone to support me with those documents because I don't have a current job. So how do I apply for this route 3 that you applied? Can I apply? No, right?
I think everybody will be eligible no matter if we are working or employed or not at that particular time. Because when I gave this interview, I finished my contract and I wasn't doing anything. I was just focusing on myself and my interviews. So I was basically unemployed at the point when I gave this interview. And as I said, it all doesn't matter. Only thing matters is how well we do in the interview, because that's the only stage where they take the call. And once they select us, it's very simple. They give the documents and we just use the documents and they'll guide us in every step, which at least which happened with me in my case.
Hmm. So was it because you applied in university, they were aware of global talent visa? Not all the companies or employees in the UK, they are aware of it, or they will suggest someone, hey, you're also eligible for global talent visa.
Yes, Sarik, I think you're right, absolutely spot on this point. I think at least, yeah, 50-60% of the companies, I don't think they even know what global talent visa is and what are the different categories are there.
So are you suggesting then people or students, they should target more universities because they are aware of it? And when I say universities, is it like public domain? Should they target more public domain? Or is it just
Yes.
only universities?
I think they have to target even NHS kind of roles,
Mm,
as you said, like public sector,
mm,
like government projects.
mm,
That's where it's easier to get these kind of visas. That's what I've
mm,
realized
mm,
so far. So target educational institutions. That's where you get a lot of sponsored visas I've seen compared to any other companies.
mm.
Education and public sector are very helpful for people who are coming to a different country and trying to get a job and stay for longer here. I think yes, you need to target these industries and sectors and companies.
Okay, great. So you'll be getting your ILR in 3 years, right?
Yes, hopefully.
Great.
Yeah,
This is
it's
a
been
good.
a long journey
Yeah,
and a lot of hard work.
yeah. How many years of experience do you have now in total?
I would say like 6 years experience
Okay.
overall as of now.
So before moving to the UK, around 2 to 3 years of experience already from back in from India, right?
Yes, correct. I was doing different things, not just like IT project manager, like IT junior project manager. I was also into fitness because I was always into sports and basketball. So always have some extracurricular activities. I would also say this, no matter what it is, like be it dance or anything where you meet people and just make a network. That all that I got those. I mean, my strengths to UK, and I also did the same here while networking, playing cricket. That's where you meet 10 more people. That means you made 10 connections in one game. So I always recommend people to play sports, make connections,
How,
and you never know.
yeah, how did networking help you get this visa?
I think I was very active on LinkedIn,
Mm,
and my profile, even if you look now, I think it's very systematic. And based on my research, now I know what content should be there. Especially, you need to have measurable outcomes in your experience or responsibilities, like how actually you delivered. Nobody wants to see simple bare lines. I think we need to just be direct and tell this is the project, this is the problem, this is the result, and I was responsible for the result in this positive way.
okay.
I think yeah, just be simple and direct.
Okay. And what do you mean being active on LinkedIn? Sending connection request or posting something on LinkedIn? What does it mean? Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I think now the conversation is getting a bit more interesting. Yes, I was actively sending invitations for the people in the UK in my area. Apart from that, I was also posting different articles, doing research, and I basically have my own private limited company, which I created last year because I didn't know I was going to crack this visa. So I also had one backup plan. And I think that idea I got by watching one of your previous videos. I think last year
What's
around this time, yeah, you were interviewing somebody and how to actually set up your own business in the
yeah,
UK.
yeah,
So I think that's the reason why I have set up my business. However, I haven't started trading as of now, but I got it registered.
yeah.
And yeah, I was doing different use cases, like my own use cases for my company. And I also put that in my resume saying that these are my use cases for different projects as an examples. So let's say, for example, I used Claude AI and made a system like a digital asset management system for Coca-Cola. That's one use case. And then I made like a um, content, like a document, analysis kind of system where you can upload documents for a charity. These are all use cases, and it's all one prompt away from developing those, especially in 2025 now. And yes, always try to see the job role, watch project there you are being hired for or you're being called to. Do research on that. Try to build prototypes already before you go to the interview. I
Mm,
think if you follow this, I'm sure you'll crack the job,
mm,
and there's no other way.
mm. Okay. I wanted to ask you, you talked about your experience as a project manager. Did you also do any kind of certifications in the UK for project management? What did you do?
Yes, Sarika. Uh, Thanks for asking. I think, yeah, this is also a very good questions. One of the good questions. I started with basic Prince 2 foundation, which is step one. And the reason why I chose Prince 2 is because when I did my research, I saw that Prince 2 is more valid in the UK and Australia
Correct.
compared to other areas of the world where PMP is valued more. And yeah, I got this basic foundation, which was very simple. I think anybody can get it in if you just read it for a week.
Yeah.
And yes, after that, I proceeded to next stage, that is Prince 2 Agile Practitioner level.
Mhm.
It's not very tough, but just a little more than the level 1. And yeah, I think that gave me a lot of confidence, especially when I was finishing my uni in the last sem while I was doing my project work. I knew this is the only time I'll have time to do these kind of things, because once I get into PSW, I need to be actively looking for roles, but no, I can't afford time to do the certifications. So yes, I'm a certified Prince 2 Agile practitioner now.
Yeah, good. Thank you. I want to kind of repeat what you said to my audience. So, anybody who's working or want to work as a project manager in the UK, if you're not Prince 2 qualified, people will not even consider you as a serious project manager. And remember, for a project manager management roles, you are competing with a direct local people who are Prince 2 certified, who are British people. So, if you want to stand out, you have to get yourself Prince 2 certified. Doesn't matter whether you have done an MBA here or not, or you have done another masters or MSc. Doesn't matter. It's all about a specific job, how qualified you are, and what kind of certification you have. So you did a really good research, and I keep saying that to people. For your job, you must get yourself certified. So well done, you first of all. Good research. What are the top three tips for someone starting their application today for Global Talent Visa who have heard nothing and they don't know anything about it? And say after watching this video, they feel like, okay, after 4 or 5 years of experience as a business analyst or a project manager or any IT role, for example, where
Yeah.
do they start? How do they start?
Um, I think first point is always to be clear on the basics and fundamentals. So always check with HR initially what they are expecting and if all the documents are right, and just check basic things like name, project name, sometimes there could be errors. So just it might take a few minutes more, but step one should always be basic. Check with HR and the documents you need. And step two is I would advise you to watch some YouTube videos on YouTube where people have already gone through similar process. I think that helped me a bit because I wasn't sure in few areas where what exactly I need to give an input. So watching videos online will always help you. And third step, don't rush take it easy, take one step at a time. You don't have to fill the entire application and submit in just half an hour or 1 hour. Make a first draft, give it a day or two, just go through it again. And when you're feeling good in your heart, just press apply. You don't have to do it same day.
Yeah. You keep repeating HR. So it's basically when you prepare documents, go to Global Talent Visa portal, apply. Their HR will review it, you mean? Who's HR?
Uh, I mean, if in my case, at Newcastle University, the HR like representative who was working there, they
Okay.
approached me
Okay. So
saying yeah, sorry.
So I think, Nagendra, we need to separate this. So you already got a job and they told you you are eligible. That's why the HR was supporting you. For people
Correct.
who don't have a job now, but they think they are eligible for global talent visa, what do? They just go to the portal, submit all the documents.
I'm not sure how it can be done for people who are not eligible because there are, as I said, there are different routes and different requirements. So what you're saying mostly falls under first couple routes where they need to gather more documents without the job role. But coming to what I've experienced in route three is just get the job and it's all done.
Okay, so you had a job, not a sponsored job, but job, and your company told you that you're eligible, and hence the HR was providing you the document. So, wanted to make this clear for my audience. This is not eligible for all the routes because Global Talent Visa at its screams, you don't require a job, you don't require a sponsorship. Yeah. So there
Correct.
are routes like I know exceptional talent and exceptional promise category. Those are the categories I remember
Yeah.
where you can submit your documents with a lot of evidence, which of course Nagendra did not have to go through, where you have to submit your recommendation letter to the endorsing body and of course your CV, your portfolio, and why you think you are eligible. So a lot more documents will be needed from your side without any support. And to be honest, I wasn't aware of Nagendra's approach or the route that he's talking about, that once you get a job, the company will help you with the HR. I didn't know about it. I always
Yeah.
thought you don't require a job and people can just start applying for it from anywhere. Okay, so I learned something definitely, Nagendra, and I think
Yes. Yeah.
my audience is also learning. Just quick more questions like how long did it take you, the whole process?
Thanks, Sarika. It was every scene was basically like a climax in my scenario because my visa was ending on Jan this year on Jan 25th around, and last December around Christmas time is when I got the job. So even after I got the job and I knew that I'll be sponsored, still it wasn't 100% guaranteed that I would make it on time. And stage one took me around I think like couple weeks. Applied on first week of January and I think I heard around 20th or 21st. So just before 3 days, when my PSW was expiring, I applied for stage two, luckily. And after that, I think like 2 or 3 weeks more and heard back from them again in February. It was a bit of like overall, I would say like 6 to 8 weeks of entire process. And yeah, once you go through that, your life will be much better.
Thank you. So did you have to pay anything or was the company paying for you?
Um, Initially, I paid for everything. The stage one was, I think, around 450 or something. Stage two, around 167. So overall was around for application 716,
Mm.
which the university refunded me back,
Okay.
reimbursed me. And for IHS, they did not. We have to bear it. I think it was more than 3,000 pounds,
Okay.
which was a lot for 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. We talked a lot today, at least learned more than at least I knew more about now Global Talent Visa. Any final tips and recommendation for people or students or immigrants who are in the UK who are struggling to get into visa sponsorship jobs or any other visa category? What do you have to say?
Yes, Sarika. There are many ways everything works for everybody in a different way, but I'll give some basic tips I think which could work for most of us. First of all, just be positive all the time. If you're not positive, then make it positive. If there's a problem, find a solution and just keep telling yourself, soldier mindset. I think that's how we need to survive in the UK. I mean, I do tell it to myself even today. Like if I face something, I'll be like, I have soldier mindset. Yeah, I'll get it done. So I think we need to have this kind of mindset. And second tip is, yes, you can, to follow this, you can go to gym or meditate at home or just walk in a park. Find out what works best for you. It's different for all of us. And yeah, if you focus on your state of mind and find an activity which supports you with the process, I think, yeah, following these steps are crucial, which will ultimately put everything in fall in place because you already have a good discipline and you're in full of positivity. And never give up, because um, even if you think that you're completely deviating from what you want and where you want to go. So, yep, these are the main tips. And yes, just don't give up, keep working. And you never know, because in my case, I never expected that I'll end up with global talent visa. So you never know where you will end up on a much different, higher place. So just keep going, and you never know what God has planned for you. Just believe in it.
Thank you. This was amazing. Thank you. I think you're inspiring many students now who are struggling, and I definitely learned something from you today, Nagendra. And all the best to you. And I think you should come back and talk more about it in detail so that more and more students are aware of it and they can also try for Global Talent Visa. All the best to you, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sarika. I think you're doing very well helping a lot of people like this. Keep doing what you're doing. I think you helped me last year, so
Thank
I
you.
think I'm sure you are helping already a lot of members and students. And yeah, let's keep doing what
Yes.
works
I
for
want to bring
everyone.
more students like you. You are the people who are helping me because if you guys don't come and share your story, how will they get motivated? That's why I try to bring more people so that people can share the story and
Yeah,
everyone who's struggling now, they can get motivated. Thank you very much. Thanks for taking time
yeah.
to
Thank
participate.
you.